Chat with Tessa. Today we'll be editing this photo. It was taken at a meetup event with a bunch of other photographers. It was really fun. We got to learn a little bit more about lighting and just hang out and just have fun taking photos of models. So figure I'd share this with you guys and edit together. So let's jump on in. So typically when I look at a photo, I first want to see, do I need to crop this photo? And I look at this one and no, it looks pretty good. I think we can leave it as is. The next thing I look at is the white balance. So in this photo, we definitely need to fix the white balance. Pretty much the colors are a little off. So typically what I usually do, I like to go with auto. It just automatically just brings it down to a basic level, and from there I can just add on and tweak as needed. So let's do that right now. So you can see it is brought down, but I will definitely add more warmth to the picture. So meaning I'm gonna add more of the yellow because it's giving us a little bit more of a blue tone that well, at least that I'm not looking for this photo. So we're gonna increase it. Let's go there. I think that's nice. Next, looking at the tint of this photo, we're just gonna add a little bit more pink in it. I think that would be nice. And then next, exposure looks pretty good. We're gonna leave it as is. The things I usually look at when editing photos would be contrast, how's the shadows, how the blacks, are the blacks black, are the whites white, and then highlights, if that needs to come down a little bit, especially, if it's on the forehead, there might be a little bit more highlights that I may not want in the photo, so that can be easily fixed. But in this video, it's just gonna be a really basic overview of edits, not kind of jumping into the finer details of things. So when you just want to have a nice clean cut photo and you're on the go, this can help you along the way. So what we'll do is we'll increase the contrast to about 10. I think that looks good. We'll decrease the blacks to make it more black, to really make her pop against the background. And then the shadows, same thing. We'll bring it down a little bit, maybe there. The next thing I usually like to do for portraits would be adding a little bit more clarity. And you can actually add more clarity to the eyes to make it pop more. But in this demonstration, just for the overall picture, just add a little bit. The other thing I always add to the photos would be vibrance, make it pop more, bringing out more of those colors, the hues. So we're gonna increase this price quite a bit. I think that's good. Next would be the tone curve. That just helps kind of define the blacks versus the whites. If you go down, you can actually control it here, the highlights, the lights, the blacks, and shadows. I like just to do it from the curve. So typically I always pick 2 points. So you want to create like an S curve. So I'll focus on the regions that are darkest and actually make them a little darker so they pop. And then the regions that are lighter within the photo, we'll go right here, we'll make it pop just a tad bit more. Just a little bit more. Maybe there. And then the next thing I'll do is probably bring down the highlights in general. That way there's not too much of that. And then next, usually I like to play around with luminance of the different colors, but I think for this demonstration, we'll skip it for next time, and I'll go more in detail for another video. The one thing that I do want to mention that's really cool is you can control the midtones and the highlights and shadows of the colors within the skin or the background. So with the midtone, we can, maybe add a little bit more green. And that's kind of nice. I really like that. I'm going to keep that. And the next thing I like to kind of focus on is the sharpening. Adding a little bit more sharpen features to the photo. Adding a mask to help smooth out some of the details within the skin in the photo. And it's also a really good feature when you want to provide these photos as prints. It's a must. You definitely should do it. So what you do on a Mac is you do Option, and then you'll scroll over, and you can see how it goes from white, and it brings in more of the darker areas within the photo. And we want to have an even balance of the white and dark. So I think we'll do a little less. I think that would be good. We don't want to lose the details too as well. So let's go right there. Luminance, I do like to do that. That just again helps with smoothing out the overall photo, so there's no rough patches, no pixelations, things of that nature. And it's good too if you have a lot of noise in your photo. That just kind of helps remove it, as well as the masking. And you can also play around with the color and detail and smoothness, but for this photo I feel like it's not really necessary. The last thing we'll do is enable profile corrections. That just kind of helps removing any distortions in the photo. And you can also control it too. If you want more distortion, you can add more distortion. If you want more vignetting, you can do that as well. But I kind of like it the way it is. I like to make it just simple but nice and clean and sharp. And we can take a look at the before and after. You can see much different. I really like it. She pops more. The color in her skin is more neutral, and it's just, yeah, overall better edit of what it originally was. So that's it. And thanks guys for joining me at Edit and Chat with Tessa, and I'll talk to you next time.